Hello friends, I'm Charlotte. I am a working mum of 3 small humans. They are ages 1, 4 and 7, and my youngest is going to turn 2 soon, so I thought I would share the favourite books that they've all had up until the age of 2. It goes so quickly, and I can't honestly quite remember in what order they've enjoyed these books, as in which book they liked when they were 6 months old versus 18 months old, but I will do my best as we go through. I will drop Amazon affiliate links for any books that I can find on there in the comment section below. If you buy through them, we obviously get a little bit of something back and it doesn't cost you any more, but just to let you know, they are affiliate links just so you're aware for your shopping. If you do use them, it really does help the channel and I would really appreciate it. And I'd love to see in the comments what your children's favourite books have been. We don't plan to have any more. You know, never say never, but it's not in the plan. So we probably won't need them, but I do have a friend who's having a baby soon, so it's always nice to get recommendations for new books that they maybe don't have that I could pick up as a gift for her new baby. And it's nice to share with other people as well. So let's get started. In no particular order, this one I don't think is going to be on Amazon because I think this one came through the Book Bugs book bag, and I think it was my eldest that got this one. It's by Julia Donaldson and Rebecca Cobb and it's called It's a Little Baby. It's got really nice illustrations and big flaps. It's like a little song, you can kind of sing it to your child. There was a link somewhere in the Book Bug stuff to a recording of it. I'm sure I've not made that up. So you might be able to find it online, a little recording of somebody singing it. But all 3 of my children have gone mad for this. I don't know why, but I think they just really enjoy it. And I think because the flaps are a good size for little hands, and this has been through 3 children. You can see it's quite dog-eared, but they haven't managed to rip this one, unlike some of the others. So quality book, Scottish Book Bug Trust, thank you very much. My children have loved this. The next one is the That's Not My series. We've got a few of these. These are the last surviving books. These are, we've probably had at least 10 at one point, but they are so well loved that they get abused, seriously abused. They're lovely. There's all different ones. So like That's Not My Puppy. This was the first book I ever bought when we found out we were having our first child, because I just loved it. And they're tactile books, so you can feel the different textures. They've got a little mouse hiding on every page, so you can always ask your child when they're getting a bit bigger, can you see Mousy? And get them to point to the mouse. Really lovely books. Lovely big writing, not a lot to read, which sometimes as a parent is what you want, because sometimes they bring you a book and you look at it and you think, oh, this is going to take me 3 hours to read this. And I never grudge reading to my children, but some days I just want to have 5 minutes to have a coffee and not think about anything, and they just want me to read the world's longest book. And it's lovely, and I lean into it because it's just a phase, and in a couple of years they won't want me to read to them, and I'll look up back on it and I'll miss it. But you know, when you're in the trenches, some days you just want a book that you can pick up and put down in 5 minutes and not half an hour. That's Not Mine. They're great. They're also really good, you know, because they stand up because they're so sturdy. Great for like tummy time, because you can kind of prop them in front of the baby when they're little and they're doing their tummy time. And because a lot of it's quite high contrast, really good for when they're little and their eyesight's developing. We used to have a black and white book that somebody told us was ideal for when they're teeny weeny and they need that contrast to be able to see. So really good. Highly recommend all of these. They do Christmassy winter ones. They do all sorts. I'm sure you'll find one for an interest that your child has. The next one, not a lift the flap, not tactile, nothing like that. But it's this. This was kind of a joke. So this was my first 100 engineering words. So my husband's a software engineer, architect, something computery that I don't understand. So this was kind of a joke present, and you can see like how dog-eared it is and it's all falling apart. because weirdly, all of my children have been obsessed with this book. I don't know what it is. It's got really cute pictures. They are very, very cute, but they love the words like coalescence. Child is never going to say coalescence, but they love it. They're obsessed with it. Even my 7-year-old now, when we read this, when the baby brings it through and wants it read to him, she started going, coalescence, what is coalescence? So then it does spark conversations with your older children if you've got an older one and a little one. I mean, sometimes I have to Google what the answer is, I'm not going to lie, because anything electrical, not my department. Absolutely not my department, and I wouldn't know what to do with it. But really lovely, lovely book. Very random, very random. But the kids absolutely go mad for it. They love it. I'm sure there's other My First 100 words of different genres, if there's one that fits into your life a little bit better. But this was absolutely, I didn't think they would ever go for it. I mean, you can see how dog-eared the spine is and things, but they loved it. The next one, where is Spot? So my husband apparently was a big Spot fan when he was little, so we had to have a Spot book. Never really, Spot was around, like I was aware of Spot when I was growing up, but I was never that into him. So this was one that my husband wanted. And again, it's got flaps. You can see how abused that is. It's got flaps. The kids have loved it. I have had to repair this multiple times. So there is bits of glue sticking behind some of these flaps, and there are sellotape in places. But the kids have loved it. They really enjoy it. They like looking for Spot. There's nice clear illustrations. They get it. Good. 100% recommend. Wasn't my favourite growing up, but the kids have loved it and my husband did. Next one, 3 books. I actually picked these up in Asda on an absolute whim. They were on a 3 for 2, and you can see how chewed they are on the corners, because I got these when we were having my second, and they are so fun. I just couldn't resist them. But all the kids love them. So they've all got sliders. These are probably some of my favourite books, purely because I've not had to repair them. They haven't managed to break these, and they have tried, let me tell you. There's so many different things, you know, there's a lot of sliders up and down. So again, fine motor skills, really high contrast. They're quite sturdy, so you could stand up in front of a baby doing tummy time. They're great. Like, you can't, I mean, what's not to love about that? It's so cute. And the last one in all the books is always a mirror. So, I mean, you can see they've bent it and they've tried to attack this book. But if it has survived my children, and let me tell you, my boys are rough. I think these are great books. Highly recommend. They've got, I think that's maybe, the last time I looked, I think there's another 4 or 5 in the series. But they are so cute. If you're looking for a book, and even my 7-year-old now, if the baby gets this out, she wants involved, because they just love the feel of sliding things, and all the different, you know, and you can add sound effects if you're a creative parent, and if you're not feeling in the mood, you can just, you know, push them up and down. They're just pretty indestructible. Highly, highly recommend those. The next ones are by Rod Campbell, and they are Dear Zoo, Oh Dear, and Noisy Farm. And they're all of a same kind of idea. There's a little story and there's some flaps, and they're nice, clear, big illustrations. Again, I've had to repair these a couple of times. There is some glue and some sellotape in them. But that's because the kids have absolutely loved them. The next one is Let's Go Construction Trucks. I think there's other books in this series, but this is the only one we've got. And it's got these spinning wheels. And you can see how absolutely destroyed this has been. This has been a favourite book for all 3 of them. All 3 of them had a phase where it's this book or nothing for weeks on end. And it's a kind of rhyming little story that goes through it. On every page they can spin the wheels. And it's different construction vehicles. Our house is a new build, so this was one that I picked up because we were actually seeing a lot of these vehicles out of the window. when they were still building really close to us. They've moved away a bit now with the building, but it's a lovely book. And then eventually you get to the last page and you see all 3 of the wheels. Kids are obsessed. It seems very simple, but they love it. So highly recommend Let's Go Construction Trucks. Oh. Oh. The next one is an oldie but a goldie. This is The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. I'm sure you know the story, but it's beautiful. This reminds me of my childhood, so I couldn't not pick it up when I saw it. And because we do quite a lot of gardening and things outside in the summer, the kids really enjoy it. They love it. And they see a lot of caterpillars and they're always like, can we take him home and feed him a sausage and a cherry pie? I'm like, no, I'm not taking caterpillars home. But yeah, it's just beautiful. They love sticking their fingers in the holes. They really love the middle bit with all the flaps. This was one that I got second hand from somewhere, so you don't have to get your books new. It's well loved. It survived my 3 children remarkably well. Highly recommend. Love this book. My last 2 are noisy books. So if you don't want noisy books, don't get them. That's my advice. But my kids love anything that makes noise. I don't always love anything that makes noise, but I picked up this. It's been chewed. You can see it's been chewed, and there is so much sellotape and stuff along the spine. It has been loved, I think would be a kind way to put it. It has a piano, and it's your nursery rhymes, but it's got the numbers that correlate to the nursery rhymes, so you can actually, as they get older, they can start to learn to play it. So when they're little, they just like the pretty pictures, chewing the corners of the book and smashing the keyboard. But as they get that little bit bigger, like my 7-year-old still uses this now, so she started going like, thank you. So she started trying to play the little keyboard as well. So it's really fun, keeps their interest. It's one that will grow with them, which I really like. You can see how loved this book is. I like things that grow with children and you're not just, one and done. So that's a really nice one. I'm not sure if that one's still available, but I'll try and link it if it is. But there'll be something similar, and they just love them. Anything noisy, anything with a button to press or a flap. My last one is something slightly educational. So I'll put the noise on, so beware, it's going to start chatting to us.
Bonjour mon ami, apprenons ensemble. Ouvre le livre.
So this is in French mode at the moment because my big 2 have actually started French classes recently. So they've really enjoyed having this now because it's got words in French and in English. So I'll just slip it into English.
Words. Let's explore. Open the book.
So it's from Leapfrog, and it's 100 words. They've got all sorts of different ones of this. They've got different versions of different kinds of words.
Pets. Ew. Animals.
Okay, thank you. So you open it and you can press the animal and you can put it into different modes. So it will give you either a song about them or whatever magnifying glass does, or the reading book.
Dog. Guinea pig.
So when you press the picture, it reads to you what the animal is. If we put it down into magnifying glass, it gives you a fact about them.
Is walking.
Okay, well that was...
This guinea pig walks. Our class pet is a guinea pig.
Okay, cool. Or you can swap it down to here.
Fun sounds.
It's quite fun. You've got volume settings as well, so I always enjoy a volume setting and turning it down. It's a really fun book. I was worried when we got this that it wasn't going to be robust enough to survive the children.
A picture.
okay, I'm going to turn it off so we don't just keep interrupting each other, that it wasn't going to be robust enough to survive the kids. It has been thrown in temper tantrums and survived. The pages are kind of plastic, and I was worried they were going to get torn out or damaged or somehow break, but I can tell you 3 children later, this is not only still working, but it works perfectly. And it's grown with the children again. So when they were little, it was really nice to look at it and be like, you know, looking at the different kinds of transport pictures for the kids and then pressing it and them saying aeroplane or telling them something about airplanes. And then as they've got bigger now and the big ones have started doing French class, they've swapped it into the French mode. So it tells them the words in French. So they've started learning using this as well and they really enjoy it. So again, another one that grows with your child. So that is my top books for, I guess, under 2s. They'll still, I mean, some of them are definitely over 2 as well, but the ones that they've all enjoyed up until the age of 2. I'd love to hear what your kids have enjoyed. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I am still new to YouTube and learning how to do this, so feedback always welcome. I would love for you to like and subscribe if you found this useful, and I will try and make some more in the future. Thanks so much. Bye.